thanks so much for being here. I am here today with Plague of Carcosa from Chicagoland somewhere. And we are in the Parts and Labor Bar in Melvindale, Michigan, greater Detroit area. My first time here, I think your guys as well.
Our first time.
Let's just start with you guys all introducing yourself. I should introduce myself. I'm Hayduke from Moshpit Nation.
Thanks for having us. I'm Alexander. I play the drums and the synthesizers.
I'm Alex. I play guitar, and I also have a little noise board that I mess with too. It's fun.
Eric, I do boring guitar parts.
Boring
Your guitar parts are not boring.
Was that like in the ad when you joined the band, like looking for someone to do boring guitar parts?
No, that's I started doing it on my own, and it evolved into working with these guys.
Awesome. So just a couple days ago, In the Dreamless Deep dropped your latest full-length album, third full-length, I think, after a bunch of EPs.
This is really the first proper album. We've done things that are full length in length before.
Okay.
This is the first thing that we put out that's been a cohesive record.
Gotcha, I see.
Yeah.
How are you feeling about it?
Fantastic.
Great.
I've seen nothing but great responses so far.
Awesome.
It's the best music I've been a part of. So,
Very cool.
fucking thrilled.
Anything, Dad?
Nobody's told me it sucks, so
All right, knock on wood. Awesome. So I was doing a little digging today. This band's been around for almost a decade now. Is that about right?
Yeah. 9 years.
Tell me about the formation and evolution of Plague of Carcosa.
Like I said earlier, this started as a bedroom project that I was doing. I really wanted to do some stuff that was Sun or Bong Ripper. I just got an audio face and did it. It's about 9 years ago, last month, that I put out the first EP. Eventually started working with, real instruments. Some other friends of mine from work and around town. Did the Haster and the Oceans EP.
Okay.
And then, it was right around the start of COVID that Alexander and I started working together.
Yeah, tail end of 2019.
Yeah, so, we spent COVID, kind of hammering stuff out, doing this and that. We started playing shows when, they came back to Chicago. And, it was last summer.
yeah.
Yeah, we joined up with you. That's kind of those 9 years in a nutshell.
Okay. I've listened, become a fan. I've listened to some of the older stuff too. I think there has been an evolution in sound too. As colorfully as you can, describe your sound.
I always like to call it Cthulhu Doom Noise.
Okay.
We've got the Lovecraft theme. We do a lot of underwater-y sounds and a lot of songs here and there, or just water-related things. I don't know how else to describe it. There's, a ton of just real chaotic, noisy stuff that we do, especially live. And we mix that with, your, typical, wind handy, whatever sort of doom metal.
Okay. Awesome. Where does the name come from? I was looking a little bit. Carcosa's maybe it's Lovecraftian, but specifically The King in Yellow.
Ambrose Pierce's novel. Carcosa is a city where the King in Yellow resides. As far as the name, I just thought it sounded cool one day, and I rolled with it.
Cool.
There's no, greater meaning or a story behind it.
Okay.
I wish there was, but no, it just sounded cool. And I have an appreciation for all that, weird fiction, cosmic horror shit. So.
Have any of you heard of the author S.M. Sterling, by any chance?
No, I haven't off the top of my head.
So that was actually my first introduction, which is really bad, to King in Yellow. He wrote this whole series of apocalyptic, alternate history kind of books.
Oh,
And late in the series, there's an fake island called Carcosa.
Okay.
With King and Yellow themes. And, yeah.
isn't that like
Anyway.
kind of like an alternate history book where like the Nazis are trying to revive Cthulhu in World War II?
No,
Am I thinking of
no.
a different series? Okay,
That's a different series.
different series. All right.
Okay. Tell me about your writing process.
Starts with a lot of group improvisation. We will usually keep at least like a weekly get together.
Okay.
And what we're doing in that time is sort of depending on what else is going on. Like it's obviously if it's more like show prep mode or if it's like writing mode. But there's always like that time. If somebody brings in a riff that's been stuck in their head, or if they just like a lot of times we will just start playing without any particular goal.
Okay.
And because we're at least able to demo out things in a digital realm, like for essentially free at this point, it's pretty easy for us to get like at least listenable enough recordings that we can remember things and
Sure.
play with arrangements in like a digital state, a digital space.
Okay.
So a lot of it is that. A lot of at least how this record was written
Okay.
is based in like stuff that Eric and I did
Okay.
when we were still a duo, and then those pieces were like constantly being changed and shifted, and then adding Alex really added a bunch of like color to all the arrangements.
Yeah, there's some of these songs on the record that are like the third time we've recorded it.
I see.
So
Gotcha. So all pretty collaborative then.
Oh yeah.
So why no vocals?
I mean, when I started the project, I knew nobody wanted to hear me do metal vocals. I yelled in punk bands in my 20s, and I don't really have anything to say that I just won't say out loud. So yeah, and we know a lot of really great vocalists around Chicago. We've done sessions where we'll have someone do kind of like modulated, like guttural, like growls and whatever, and yells and shrieks kind of stuff, and that's really fun. But yeah, no real reason or anything. Yeah, like I said, I don't think any of us, really feel a need to sit down and write lyrics and record our voices.
Except for the Talia show.
It has not been a piece that we have felt is missing yet.
Sure.
Yeah.
There is stuff that we are writing now that once we get back from this run, we're sort of writing it with space for voice in mind.
Gotcha.
But none of the stuff that we have written thus far feels like it needed that.
Yeah.
There are a couple of very brief moments of vocals in the Dreamless Deep, but there's nothing super narrative.
Okay.
Yeah, you're not going to hear lyrics.
We've
or
got that
anything.
thing at the end of Intangible Monument. That was
Yeah.
a good call. That was fun.
And I feel like, as someone who actually is not a big fan of strictly instrumental music, typically, the way you guys are doing it works.
Oh, sick.
Thank you.
Yeah, I think with a lot of our structures, there's almost kind of a punk rock to it.
Sure.
You'll have we'll have like a hook or a riff, whatever, and then we'll keep just hammering that home.
Yeah.
And it's simple. It's not there's no 5/9 time signatures. We're
We do
not
5/4 and Sentinel.
Well, yeah, it's still 4. It's not over.
There's no
crazy.
ninth note, though.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, it's
Music theory over here.
it's not we're not fucking Dream Theater.
Sure.
We're not gonna do a bunch of guitar wankery
Yeah.
for 10 minutes.
Please just shoot me if I ever
Shots fired at Dream
recommend
Theater.
this.
Sure.
We're coming for
But
you.
yeah, it's not straight, verse, chorus, whatever. But it's still there's an element of simplicity to it that when I even started listening to doom metal in the first place, I could hear parallels, coming from growing up, punk rocker.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was cool to me.
And I was just pondering about it on my way down here, listening to more Plague of Carcosa, and to me it was almost like I wondered if the noise elements sort of filled a similar space, for my enjoyment anyway.
Sure. I can see that.
What do you hope that this album evokes for people?
Dread. There's a bit of a melancholy aspect to it too, right?
There absolutely is.
I hope that people pick up, personally, I hope that people pick up on, like, that there is a narrative intention. And it's not necessarily, like, so literal that we're going to come out with, like, a book that is, like, the plot of the record. But the pieces are chosen carefully, the sequencing was done carefully.
Even the song titles.
The titles, like, all of it, sort of top to bottom, was chosen and planned with, like, a narrative in mind. And I just hope that people, like, enjoy that, pick up on it, engage with it in some way.
To add to his point, one of my favorite nights was we spent 20 minutes of practice debating whether or not to include a comma in a song title.
Yes, we did that.
Excellent.
We did that, and the comma won.
Yeah.
To know, I was trying to think back. Was there a song title with a comma? Okay, so this album is released at least partly by Thea Productions.
Mm-hmm.
How did you connect with Thea?
I originally met Barry through sort of like a leftist music page on Facebook. And yeah, we kind of just stayed in touch a little bit over the years. I followed the label, they worked with a lot of people that I really like. Mm-hmm. And once we kind of had this, almost ready to be presented, we were like, hey, would you want to do this with us? And here we are. It's been a good experience.
Awesome. Do any of you have other favorite Thea specifically projects that you're into?
Wheeled and Woe. So
Yeah, that
good.
was good.
Yeah.
That's simple enough.
And there's been so many. Yeah.
It's a killer catalog.
We are released 576, I think, was the number.
Yeah.
So I mean, there probably is some that I really, really love that I just can't remember right now.
Dolvin, that's the band name, right? Yeah, that was a cool release.
I think it was 2 years ago. I always do, I missed last year, but I almost always do like a top 50 album of the year kind of list for Mosh Pit Nation. And 2 years ago, I just couldn't pick, so I said, okay, Thea's my top label, and here's a bunch of their releases and a bunch of other releases that I really like.
It's a good choice.
So just let's broaden that. Similar question. What else are you guys listening to, and is there any other Chicago-specific projects we should be watching?
Shrineburner's really sick. Like, we just played with them at Talia.
I think they are the best doom band in Chicago right now.
Okay.
It's such a good scene. It's such a healthy scene that there's a lot of stuff going on.
Yeah.
But yeah, like they're just doing something great. They're just doing like magic together. Especially now that it's like a trio. It's great band.
I'll have to look them up.
Yeah.
Actually, another one of my favorite doom bands is Chicagoland, I think. Huntsman?
Yep.
Huntsman.
Yeah.
Huntsman is fantastic.
Yep.
Yeah, in fact, I think my favorite video interview I've done to date was with Huntsman.
Sick.
What do you guys do?
Dryland was my my album of the year last year. That was a really good record.
Great choice. I think for me, and now I'm blanking, American Scrap is like possibly the album of the decade. It's so good. Tell me about the album art.
My friend Andrew Todd, that I've worked with in a few different contexts, he has a sort of ambient performance art touring project that sometimes is just him, and sometimes it's like a huge big ensemble. There's like storytelling, there's comedy, there's like really like cinematic, like ambient drone music. There's
Okay.
like, it's called Battalion of Cloud Chips.
Okay.
It's a phenomenal project. He's also just a good person
Okay.
and a great artist.
Like
He
that.
was a poster artist for a long time, doing a lot of show posters and posters for like comics and stuff. Just like a great illustrator.
Okay.
And he fucking crushed it. He like,
Awesome.
it's perfect.
Yeah.
I think we all kind of collectively had the same general idea in mind. We want
Sure.
this like sunken architecture with like some ominous eyes, and then we all just rolled with it. And,
So what can we expect live tonight up there on that stage?
A couple of the tunes from the new record. We'll probably play a tune or two from the previous EP. The thing that we don't really do on the recordings is a lot of times our sets are one sort of uninterrupted piece.
Okay.
So we'll
Okay.
come in and out of songs, and we'll have big interludes or big like loops that go between thing to thing. Yeah. So that's what is different about seeing us live than just listening to the
there's
album.
we do the usual like introduce ourselves, shout out the bands and the venue that we're at, but beyond that, there's not really a ton of talk back. And so we just have a lot of fun with pedals and
Sure.
kind of just creating soundscapes.
Sure.
And then that feeds into the next track. We don't really have like a tour set list. We've practiced most of the new record because we did that for the release show on Tuesday, but otherwise, just kind of what did we feel like playing tonight?
Sure. Very cool. I think the ultimate example of that I've seen was, do you know Regana? Pacific Northwest? They're
Yep.
like
The
a
name
black
sounds
metal
familiar.
duo.
Yeah, they're good.
I saw them play in a basement in Kalamazoo, Michigan years and years and years
Oh,
ago.
hell yeah.
It's just two people, drums and guitar, and the guitarist does vocals, but they switch, they swap. We were talking between songs. It was like, what do you want to do next? Well, let's do this one. And then they switch places. It was a
Hell
lot
yeah.
of fun. Yeah.
Nice.
Sick.
So this is just kind of a logistical question. I'm curious kind of about, I don't know if business is the right word, but the business of underground music. So who put together the lineup for tonight? How does that all work? Booking and stuff.
We all chipped in
Okay.
to make this happen. We all took our turns messaging venues, messaging local bands.
Sure.
We don't. Our hope for this tour is to come back with enough so that we can spoil it aside and either go record the next thing at like Electrical Audio or Bricktop
right.
or something in Chicago, or more realistically maybe pay a booking person to book the next tour.
Right.
This is the second 2-week run that we've booked ourselves, and it's a lot of work.
Yeah.
Even with 3 people,
Yep.
the coordination, you got to be on the ball.
Gotcha.
We-
So you guys picked the lineup.
Yeah, we
Gotcha.
kind of do everything collectively. There's
Yeah.
not really like, I mean, like he's the founder of the band, right? But there's not really like a leader.
Sure.
We're just independently going out and going, I'm gonna take this, and
Lots of
Eric's gonna
votes.
take this, and
Yep.
yeah, this was the last one that we booked, right?
I'm
I'm pretty sure it was. Oh god, the booking
That
process
could be
was just
the
chaos.
truth. There's like the cool thing is that we're not playing with anybody on the whole run that we like don't dig. We reach out to people that we dig.
Yeah.
And thankfully, like most people are down.
Yeah.
Every once in a while, it's like, oh, we're playing like 2 days before and
Yeah.
somewhere else. So like,
Fair.
There
you
is
know,
a
whatever,
band,
but,
we
yeah.
played with them once or twice before, they're called Drifter. They'll be on, like, not consecutively, but like 3 or 4 dates with us this run.
Yeah, on the back half of the tour.
Including closing out the run at Kansas City Noise Fest.
Okay.
But yeah, I mean, that's the only band that's like, all right, like, we'll be with you guys for a couple shows. Everything, it's,
Gotcha.
fresh crop of locals everywhere we go.
Yeah.
And I want to specifically call out for tonight. the band Pillar of Light.
Yeah.
I heard their record, Caldera, and I was like, we gotta play with them.
I gotta tell you, that's one of the reasons I was asking, because I'm friends with some of those guys, especially the drummer, and I think it's really
They're
cool that they're
so
playing this
good.
show. So they're, you maybe already know this if you're a fan, but they're a pretty new band, but it's all veterans. Like, half
Yeah.
of them are from Great Reversals, which was a really cool local hardcore band. And, I knew those guys back then, and when they were in Great Reversals and stuff. So yeah, I thought it was super cool that they were playing this show.
It's funny that you mentioned hardcore. I've hardly really listened to a lot of doom metal the past year or two. I've been mostly getting to like crusty, punky stuff, and then I've been revisiting like this summer. I listened to a lot of Joe Strummer's reggae and world music stuff.
What was that weird microgenre you were pitching?
Stenchcore.
Stenchcore. Like.
Yeah. Deviated Instinct.
Yeah, man. I'm just happy you're happy. What a name.
Yeah.
It beats ska.
I like ska.
I know you do.
Like ska.
Yeah, the new Bright Eyes track.
I'm
best
throwing a little
counter
shade
tourist
today.
is done.
Really,
what I
really
do.
hoping to go see Mustard Plug in about a month. But I'm from Grand
makes you
Rapids.
happy,
They're
it
like
makes you
Grand Rapids
happy.
locals. They're super fun.
Another
Always
one
high
my
energy
brain
show.
has been playing on repeat is the Alkaline Trio cover of the Muppets song "Moving Right Along."
Nice.
That record is good. That was a fun thing. That Weezer Haley Williams Rainbow Connection is great. Yeah. Yeah.
Once the tour's done, what's next?
We all quit, I think.
We take our millions, we retire peacefully to the countryside.
He's got some personal news, so we're taking some time off of playing shows and concentrating on writing.
Okay.
I have another kid coming.
Hey, congratulations.
Thank
Very
you.
exciting. Is this
Yeah.
kid number 2, 3?
Kid number 4.
4.
Yeah.
Awesome. I only had 3, but
This
I had
man
a
is
grandchild.
potent.
So.
Yeah, so
Super
we're going to
fun.
use that as an opportunity to get a lot of songwriting done
Yeah, there you
in
go.
the end of
And then I'm going back out on tour in October with other people.
Yeah, we've been talking about doing one-off show like later in September, I think, or
Okay.
December. I don't know when, but we
ideally
might put
both,
something together.
but
yeah, mostly.
Less shows, more writing.
Yeah.
Sounds cool. What else should we know? This is always kind of my final question. Like, did I forget to ask anything that you're just dying to tell the audience?
If anyone wants to reach out to us and talk about gear, we're all super big gear nerds.
That's true. Well, I feel like we try to be. Trying to figure out how to say this that doesn't sound awkward. Like, fairly like approachable.
Okay.
So if people have like questions about like even like weird minutia,
Sure.
like just hit us up. We're on social media.
Yeah.
Like,
Insta,
don't be
Facebook.
scared to like send us a message. We're not the kind of band that's gonna be like, hey, fuck you for talking to me.
Yeah,
like we're like, you know.
The word that I was gonna say was responsive.
Yeah.
I think we do a really good job as a band of replying to stuff comparatively very, very quickly.
Do you guys want to share any highlights of your gear? It's all going to go over my head, but some people watching might like it.
You might want to grab like a still photo of my pedal board that'll be on the left side of the kit.
Okay.
Because it's a sort of a behemoth.
Okay.
It's a
All right. Yeah, I'll do that. Or maybe Jim will do that. Anything else?
We're stoked it's out. We're stoked that people seem to be liking it.
Yeah, the response has been great.
Yeah.
Thank you everybody for listening, and thank you for taking the time to talk to us.
Absolutely.
Yeah, if anyone has anything they want to know, seriously, just hit us up.
Our address is 123 Plague of Carcosa Street, Chicago, Illinois.
Awesome. Thank you so much. I
Yeah,
appreciate
thank
your
Thanks
you.
for
time.
having us.
Thank you.
Cheers, man. Appreciate it.
Absolutely.